So, Leonard, if we're being official, if we're being more official, he is a Bouvier de Flanders. Very posh name, haven't you, mate? You're a Bouvier de Flanders. Not a very popular breed, but they're herding. Yeah, so they like to muster, they like to gather up things and owners and people. More importantly, they like to nip at people's ankles because they were brought onto this earth as a herding dog. But we just call them Bouviers now for whatever reason. So anyway, by the by, Leonard. Now, never ever chase your dog. 2 reasons. The first reason, and this applies to Len here, is that he is apprehensive. He's a little bit wary of men. Don't know why, but he's apprehensive of strange men coming in the house, working around the house, approaching the house, on the high street, whatever it is. He's wary of men. Clearly, you can see just this. So, first reason why we never chase a dog, because if a dog is nervous or anxious or apprehensive or fearful or scared or worried, we do not want to do this. Because little Len runs away from me because he's scared, okay? And I'm not going to continue doing that, hence why we're talking about this subject today, because what I don't want to do is impose myself upon him by following him round the table or following up and down and chasing him up and down the garden to put a lead on him or stroke him or give him a pat or tell him that I love him or whatever it is. So I have to spend time gaining his trust, gaining his confidence, because if I chase him, we're not going to get anywhere. He's just going to run away because he feels an emotion of anxiety, fear, whatever it is, because he is scared of men. All right. So I'll do, just to prove a point, I'm not going to approach him because the first thing he's going to do is run away. And now he's turning around looking at me and he's growling. Okay. He's not an aggressive dog. He's not going to bite me, but you can clearly see there is a nervous element there, all right? First reason why you don't chase a dog, because you make their fear and anxiety worse. Second reason why we don't chase a dog, and it's the other end of the scale here, because it's fun, it's exciting. And if you're actively following your dog around the coffee table in the lounge or around the patio set in the garden or whatever, that game of chase is a lot more rewarding to your dog than them actually returning to you for a bit of fuss and so that you can stick a lead on. Because once you stick that lead on, then they feel they physically are restrained and they can't have that freedom to play the game of chase. So you see it all the time where dogs come back to us, the owner approaches the dog to put a lead on because it's the end of the walk. The dog goes, oh, no, and then runs off. And before you know it, the owner is chasing that dog to get a lead on that dog. Forget the lead, forget the owner. The dog is having the whale time of its life with the game of chase that the owner is subconsciously playing with the dog. So 2 reasons why we never ever chase a dog. If you've got a standoff and the dog's just staring at you and you take half a step towards it and then the dog backs off, just stand still. Do something, walk away, move your hands, change your position, stick your arms out. Dogs find movement interesting. Give them something to look at. Back away, turn your back and walk off. Get your bag of ham out and start waving it so that the dog realizes what it's got on option and use it as a motivator to come back to you. But whatever you do, don't get into that game of chase for those 2 reasons. One, because if a dog is fearful, you're going to make it worse and you're not going to build that friendship and that relationship, which I need to do with Leonard. But more importantly, or more commonly, don't chase the dog because the dog will find that game of chase more rewarding and more stimulating and more fulfilling than actually returning to you for a little bit of kibble so you put the lead on it. Never, ever chase a dog.